I'm Jaron Lukas, this is my dog Sherlock, and this is our Behind the Dream. I'm Jaron Lukas, I'm the CEO of Yumwoof Natural Pet Food, and we're on a mission to extend the health span of all dogs. We started the company in 2020. I've been an entrepreneur for about a decade before that, and this really is a passion project for me. That's why I started the company. I looked at the pet food industry and just thought that there are a lot of really terrible products out there. Basically, most dry kibble is pretty much the equivalent of feeding your dog cereal every day. So we thought that we could do something better, and we're doing that with really innovative products with clean ingredients. I knew I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, but after I graduated college, I actually took a turn to the dark side and became an investment banker for a few years. Definitely wasn't feeling like I was doing something with purpose for the world. And so that really led me back into entrepreneurship, where I actually started one of the first Bitcoin exchanges that was backed by venture capital in the US in 2012. I ran that and eventually sold it to Kraken. After I sold it to Kraken, I started advising companies and eventually realized that I wanted to do something that I felt was going to have a more tangible impact on the world. Technology is great. There's really high growth. It's cool in a lot of ways. But at the end of the day, I didn't feel like I was tangibly helping people in their daily lives. So that's really where Yumwoof came out of. I knew I wanted to do something in a big industry that could touch a lot of people. And again, we looked at it and we just saw a lot of really bad products out there. I mean, I would go so far as to say that 95% of the market is just not good for dogs. So we felt like we could do something better, and we got really creative and ended up coming up with this idea of a soft and chewy kibble that took all natural ingredients, like fresh meat, coconut oil, lots of antioxidants, and put that into a way where it kept its freshness, but was also super convenient with a 1-year shelf life. One of the cool things about entrepreneurship is that the fundamentals are same no matter what you're doing. So whether you're in tech and starting a tech company, or like me, you're starting a company in consumer products, at the end of the day, you're serving people. So one of the things that I really learned early on in my entrepreneurial career is just how important differentiation is. And that's something that I bring with me no matter what I'm doing. And so entrepreneurship is cool for that reason, that you can look at anything that you feel like might make the world better and you can go do it, and the same business principles apply. As you know, no startup is easy. With Yumwoof, even though we entered this time where e-commerce is growing bigger and bigger every year, one of the biggest challenges that we saw up front was just supply chains breaking down all around us, which has actually only gotten worse in a lot of ways. We're very thankful to have a co-packer for our products. But at the end of the day, we had to figure out how to get our product to market in a timely manner. And so, it just gets back to those same entrepreneurship type of principles where you got to find creative ways to get things done, and we are no exception. One of our biggest challenges that I didn't expect early on was just how difficult it is to turn an MVP product that you make in your kitchen into something that can be produced more widely. And so, we originally had our initial concept for the product. We early on ran Facebook ads and just saw people that wanted to buy the product. And so we felt really confident that it was going to be successful, but trying to take that, fresh chicken mixed with coconut oil and lots of other great ingredients that we baked in our oven into something that is, producing meaningful quantities for lots of people, that was just a big whole other challenge. And so that's the first thing that I really underestimated, is just, the difference in taking a home cooked product and turning that into something much more mass scale. I mentioned how important I think differentiation is, and it's never easy. Trying to communicate your message of what you're doing and why you're different from other competitors out there, why people should believe that your product is the best option for them, is something that we've consistently iterated on since the inception of our company. And so we really started with this fundamental focus on clean ingredients, taking things that I would want to eat myself that of course are also good for dogs. And, some of the beliefs that I really started to appreciate once I personally also started the keto diet myself, keto cycling, learning about paleo, the importance of whole foods, and how these things can have a tangible benefit to your long-term health. Getting really obsessive about reading the NIH research that's going on over the past 10 years that would show, okay, there are tangible benefits to eating certain types of foods, and there are actual detriments to eating others. So one of the studies that really impacted me was actually one done on dogs that showed that they compared dogs who ate dry kibble, highly processed food, with another group of dogs who ate a whole food diet. And the dogs who ate a whole food diet had 2 times the microbiome gut diversity than the dogs who were eating dry kibble, and that's associated with a longer lifespan. So there are lots of research that are not known by very many people yet that we can look to that ultimately shows, what we should actually be feeding our dogs. And that's the kind of thing that really guides our company and why I'm doing it in the first place. One of the telltale signs to know if your dog is healthy or not is just to look at their skin and hair. So one of the things that we noted early on, my wife and I, and of course this is anecdotal, but one of the things we noticed early on is once we started feeding Sherlock Yumwoof, like his hair got noticeably softer. And so it's little things like that that let you know that you're doing the right thing. We wanted to get a little more scientific with it. So we actually just launched a fur mineral analysis test so that you can actually see if your dog is deficient in any vitamins and minerals. So we're always trying to get more scientific with it, but that's one of the things that we noticed when we actually started feeding our dog our own products, and a lot of our customers have reported the same thing. So as a primarily online e-commerce company, we're highly focused on online sales. And I'm happy to say that we actually grew to a 7-figure annual run rate in our first 8 months. So we've grown pretty fast. I think that reflects the connection of our products to what people actually want as pet parents, and this evolution away from artificial dry kibble into something that's a lot more healthy. Another accomplishment that I'm really proud of is one that we actually announced recently, which is our Perfect Kibble 2.0 recipe, which got our net carbs on the product down to 16%, which I'm really proud of, because one of the worst things for dogs, in my view, and there's plenty of research to support this, is how bad high carbohydrate diets are for dogs. When you look at all the studies that have been done and compare them to the dog food out there today, which is on average 40 to 70% net carbohydrates, just like really bad levels, this has led to growing diabetes and obesity in dogs. 60% of dogs are obese now. And so we're really trying to create products that can help people transition their dog back into a more healthy diet so that they can live longer. Like at the end of the day, I want Sherlock to live 5 years longer than what he would normally be expected to be. So we're really trying to create products that help all of us achieve that mission, because dogs make us so happy, and we want them to be here as long as possible. So there's this idea out there that, you want to do it yourself. You're a startup entrepreneur, you want to start this company, build it, and do it alone, the solopreneur. But at the end of the day, what really makes a startup fulfilling is the people who are with you along the way. Startups are truly a journey, and it's not about the end goal. It's truly about, what are you doing along the way? And so the more people that you can bring in who are advisors, people you want to meet, people you want to become closer with, that not only makes it more fun, but it also allows you to share the experience and truly bond with other people. I have 2 co-founders in Yumwoof, and we've all been friends for more than 10 years. And we really started this as a friends and family company. That's always how we've looked at it. And so whenever we're hiring employees or bringing new advisors into the company, we're really trying to bring them into our family. At the end of the day, I don't know if I'll ever sell Yumwoof. it might be cool, maybe I'll get there someday, but really the way that I look at this company is as something that I want to build and hold on to for the rest of my life. And all those people who I can bring with me, have a reason to talk to occasionally, and advisors are super important, but it's really the people that you're bringing with you along the way that make it so meaningful, and a rising tide raises all ships. So it's just more fun to do it together. So that's what I think is so cool about the Dreamer app, is it really gives you that community and accountability to go achieve your dreams with other people. And, you know, really when you look at where the world is heading, everything's heading digital, and it's just such a great place to build your own community. If you have a dog and you're trying to make them live longer, check out our website. I invite you to come to yumwoof.com and try one of our products. Everything we're doing is about extending the health span of all dogs, and I promise that your dog will benefit. My name is Jaron Lukas, and you just watched my Behind the Dream.